3 of the 9 victims of the mass murder committed in Plano on Sunday have now been identified, as has the killer. Tony Cross and Daryl Hawkins at an NFL viewing party at the home of Meredith Lane, 27, when her estranged husband, Spencer Hite, opened fire on them, CBS-DFW.com reported. All 3 were killed, as were 5 others, while a 9th victim remains in hospital, police said. Hite was shot dead by a cop shortly after. Scroll down for video. Lane had filed for divorce from Hite, citing discord or conflict of personalities. Earlier in the year, had not filed a restraining order. The pair stopped living together in March. Monday would have been the 6th anniversary of their wedding. Lane's mom, Debbie Lane, told Far 8 that her daughter was a cook, and a quite fine one, and she loved hosting friends and families. This was her first opportunity to do it after the divorce, and he didn't take it well. One of Lane's guests was Daryl Hawkins, his friend Solly Romo said. Romo, who was spotted by CBS near the taped-off crime scene on Monday, had noted that Hawkins hadn't turned up for work on Monday. Little by little I started connecting pieces, and unfortunately, it led me here, she said. It led me here to find out that he's not with us anymore. Hawkins, who worked at a local Acura dealership as a sales consultant, brought people together with his positive vibe, Romo said. Hawkins' family members also visited the scene on Monday, but declined to comment. So, too, did the family of another man, Tony Cross. Carmen Carolla, who said Cross was her boyfriend's best friend, described the slain motion caption animator as cheerful and loving. He was just full of love. He had nothing but love in his heart, she said. He was an amazing person, inside and out. None of the victims, or the killer, have yet been formally identified, Plano police told DailyMail.com. Investigators are also working on a motive for the killer, who was shot dead by a police officer responding to a call of gunfire in the home at around 8 p.m. Sunday. Plano PD Chief Gregory Russian said the officer saw bodies in the yard and raced into the house, located on the 1700 block of West Spring Creek Parkway, before backup could arrive. When something like this occurs, you can't wait, you have to go in, 'cause seconds matter, Russian said. Lane, a native of Georgia, had arranged the party to watch the Atlanta Falcons game. They were viewing the subsequent Cowboys game when the killer entered. Denton resident Genevieve Morrissey, a friend of Lane's, said the slain woman was a beam of sunshine but had a sharp tongue around her husband, and vice versa. I always felt that their arguing got kind of ugly sometimes, Morrissey said. He would say something to her and I would think, wow, if my husband ever spoke to me like that, I can't believe he does that. And then she'd turn around and give it right back to him. All of those injured or killed are believed to be in their 20s or 30s. No officers from the North Dallas suburb were injured. Neighbor Stacy Glover told the Dallas Morning News that the party had started early in the afternoon and that she had seen people laughing and grilling outside. She says she then heard the shots around 8 p.m. She opened her door and smelled gunpowder. She heard police who arrived yell hands up before more shots rang out. Officers broke down the door of Spencer Hite's apartment on Ohio Drive Monday morning. The search warrant information hasn't yet been made public. I've been here all my life, Officer David Tilley, a police spokesman, told the Dallas Morning News. I've never heard of anything like this. Witness Crystal Sugg, who works nearby the scene, described to Fox 4 what she saw outside the home before shooting started. Sugg said she saw a man arguing with a woman, but couldn't really hear what the disagreement was about. And as they were arguing, the woman was trying to go back in, Sugg said. As she was going back in the house, you see the man pull out his gun and started releasing. So as he released, I ran back in because I didn't want to get hit by nothing. Stephen Featherland said he heard between 30 to 40 rounds go off at the scene of the shooting. I pulled up and cops were already positioning themselves, he said. Another neighbor, Lauren Nichols, said she had a friend who was in the house, but is not sure if her friend made it out or not. I'm worried, Nichols told the newspaper. It's like one big family here in Plano. The Texas Rangers are assisting the investigation because a Plano officer was involved, according to the newspaper. The officer involved in the shooting has been put on paid administrative leave, per standard protocol.